So the negative connotation associated with wetlands. Where does this perception come from that they're just viewed as useless or swampy? My name is Beverly Scharnhorst. I am an advocate for coastal wetland restoration and management. This was the common perception in the 18 and 1900s because back in the day, it was very difficult to traverse across wetlands because they were extremely muddy, there were bugs everywhere, so they were viewed as kind of disease-ridden. Because of that perception of, these are just a bunch of useless swamps, we can't do anything with them, we can't traverse across them, and then that perception has just kind of stayed over time because there wasn't a lot of scientific knowledge and background of what these habitats provide. Standing in a wetland, it's colorful, the water is calm, you don't hear waves, but you can hear a little bit of the water. The breeze moving through some of the marsh plants and seeing a lot of bees buzz around. It's quiet and peaceful. So I did grow up in San Diego County. My mom and my sister and I, we really love to go to the beach. And we also traveled a lot to Carlsbad in that general area. In San Diego County, almost all of the wetlands are actually separated by the 5 freeway. So when you're driving, there's about 5 or 6 wetlands that you'll see on either side of the freeway. And I remember as a kid, and we would drive by these areas, I always would think to myself, like, what are these areas? Why are they here? Why do we just have this open area with ocean coming through? Some of the reasons why I think that they should be protected is just because there are so many beautiful and charismatic species that use coastal wetlands as habitats. Birds and fish and little crabs and snails that you see, like just using these places as their home. Their connection between land and water, I think, is really special, just serving as kind of that connection between us and the ocean. I do have a favorite wetland plant. It has a lot of different names. It's called salicornia or sea beans or sea pickles, and I didn't know that you could actually eat them, which is amazing and really fun to me. You can just pluck it and eat it, and it's really salty, so it's fun to put on salads and stuff. And whenever I go to a wetland now, like with family or friends, I will just take out a sea bean and I'm like, you should eat this. It's really great. I think a lot of times wetlands are very misunderstood, especially compared to kelp forests or coral reefs. They may not be as charismatic on the surface, but provide a lot of the same types of benefits and have the same level or even more biodiversity than one would normally think. Around 30% of the wetlands in this area have been lost due to that common perception that wetlands are muddy, soggy, useless areas that should be changed into something else. But I think another good approach to helping conserve wetlands is taking the economic approach of trying to value these spaces because they do have existence value. So essentially trying to value the services that are provided by wetlands, such as providing a place for carbon storage, providing nursery habitat for commercial and recreational important fish species, protecting from storm and floods, helping to purify water, I think are really good ways to help try to promote the value of these places. I think the narrative overall is really changing as we learn more about the different services that are provided by wetlands, and how much value they have is really starting to fuel a lot of restoration and conservation, especially here in San Diego County. There's at least a dozen restoration projects that have happened in the past or are currently happening right now. And I think a lot of that is due to the scientific evidence and knowledge that has been gained. So overall, I would say that coastal wetlands are too valuable to lose.